All right, greetings, humans. You are now tapped into another podcast episode, System Disruptors, Crucial Conversations for Radical Educators. Boy, we got something special for y'all tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. Uh, we got my guy, Dr. IJ, Dr. Ijoma Ananuju. What's up, brother?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm holding on like a hubcap in the fast lane, man. You know what I mean? Closing out this day with this fabulous podcast we got going. Missing tonight, due to being under the weather and whatnot, our sister Dr. Kiana O'Leary. And then we have with us the host for the 2024 Menti Educational Services Ingenuity conference, March 24th coming up. We have Dr. Ingrid Haynes. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Ooh, I guess I'm doing better than you. It's only 7 o'clock out here.
Don't start.
Don't start no won't be nothing. Hey, before we get started, I'd be remiss if I didn't just drop a couple of these gems from your bio. All right, Dr. Haynes is the director of the National Literacy Professional Development Consortium. That's a mouthful. Dr. Haynes, Dr. Haynes education.
Like 4 syllables. So 4 syllables. I'm sorry.
Right. No doubt. We might have to do another take for that one. Dr. Haynes' educational interests focus on teaching and learning and literacy and the education needs of English learners. She is the principal investigator on a number of research grants to develop and test effective instructional approaches and interventions in early reading and language acquisition, which can I sum it up for you?
No, I'm like, where you get all that from? Where you get all that from? Can I say my own stuff?
You can.
Okay.
But if I sum all that up, that just means you don't.
Oh, okay.
That's all that means.
Okay, we'll see. No, but I like the bio. I whoever wrote that sounded okay though. But I am the director and owner of the National Literacy Institute. The National Literacy Professional Development Consortium was the original name, and we shortened it to the National Literacy Institute a few years ago, but it's all still the same company. And I'm actually the owner. And so we provide services to schools in the area of literacy. But Santos, we have grown more than just literacy. We do SEL, we do classroom management, anything that involves promoting, supporting educators, we do. But we're originally just literacy. But you and I both know that literacy is in everything. If you can't read, you can't do anything. So
that's right.
That's who I am.
I wish you would have gave me that name earlier. Then they would have been seeing me fumble.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you did a good job though.
I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate you. So we just appreciative you taking time out to be a part of this podcast episode. We have a different format for this season. Prior to that, it was myself as the host and then just the guest, and then we just engaged in conversation. The new format is we're just gonna have some rapid fire topics. I'm gonna shoot them out, and then we all just gonna jump in and drop that knowledge, spit that game at them. Are you ready?
I think so.
Hey, did I mention that you're the host for this year's Ingenuity conference?
You know, that's what they told me. And so I'm gonna try to do my best, job. I've been practicing on all of my words, my big words and my small words. So, that's what they told me. She told me to be my authentic self. I'm gonna try to,
All right,
I'm excited though.
We're in good hands. What are you looking forward to the most before we get started?
Listen, anytime we can have these courageous conversations about equity and how to address all learners, I'm excited. I love courageous conversations about teaching all children. I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to the sessions.
All right, we'll get into more of it a little bit later, all right? All right, so here is our rapid fire discussion, and our first topic is, how has your equity journey strengthened you as a leader? How has it affected you?
Ooh. So I told you don't ask me that first, but I'm gonna chime on. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Are you ready with the timer?
Yep, I got it.
All right. On your marks, get set, go.
Oh, we got to be on the timer now. Okay.
That's
Listen,
up.
so as a previous school leader for me, my equity journey has been able, or I guess developing, learning about all cultures. I'm from a small town, and in my town, it was just black and white. And so moving from a small town to Texas, having to learn about all cultures and ethnicities has or was for me a challenge, right? In my town, we had black and white, and coming to Texas and having to, work and teach and lead all different cultures that I had not been familiar with was difficult. Me personally, going to school at a HBCU and then transitioning to a PWI, that was a difference for me. The third, I think, difference was learning how to address, relate with children from a certain socioeconomic status. I'm from a small town, and either you had or you had not, and I came from a family that had it. And so coming and being a leader of children and parents that were from a different socioeconomic group from me, I learned a lot. I learned how to be more empathetic. I learned how to understand languages. And so for me, having those experiences has shaped me to where I am right now as a leader, as an educator. But the road has been difficult. And I often tell people, and I like to share my story, I should give back my money or give back my paycheck the first 2 or 3 years of teaching because I was not good. I'm not going to say some of the things that I did, but some of the things were not great. And that was, I guess, a learning curve for me as a leader and as a teacher. And so I won't share it because we too live though, but in my intimate sessions, I do share with teachers some of my journeys, teaching children that looked like me, but not understanding the culture, me not understanding the value systems of certain cultures. And so it was difficult for me. And so when I became a principal and I had teachers who did not look like my children, I could help them be able to understand and be able to relate to the children that we were teaching and serving. Did I say that okay? I'm trying not to say it in the way I want
No,
to
you
say it
good. You
because
good.
I don't want to come off a certain way. I just know that things were a learning curve for me coming from a small town and teaching and leading children that even if they looked like me, it was a difference. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm saying it right. So I had
It
to
makes
grow myself
perfect sense.
up. Does that make sense?
No, that's
I'm trying to
exactly.
sound proper. I'm trying to sound like, hey, I was an African-American woman that worked in a poor area and had to understand the children and parents that I worked with. And it was new for me. Does that make sense?
That's big.
Somebody gonna judge me. Somebody gonna judge me. But it was
No,
different.
blackness exists on the spectrum. And when
Yeah.
you in socioeconomic variables into it, then that spectrum grows even larger. So we completely understand what
Dr.
you're
O, you
saying.
said that so well. I was trying to talk proper. You said that well. I was trying to make it seem like, people judge you for what you say. It was a learning curve for me. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I could sympathize with when I had teachers who didn't understand either how to teach or poor children. Does that sound okay? Having to adjust and not make judgments. That was my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a growing thing for me.
Santos, I'll hop in real quick next. I would say for me, it was just learning about how to infuse equity as part of my DNA, right? And the big part of that was recognizing the blind spots that I had, right?
See, I don't
Where
talk
you
like
think
that. I don't talk like that. My PhD ain't that high up. Come on with it. Come on. My words don't come out like that. I'm touching it. Come on,
Hey, that
Dr.
boy.
O.
you think
Hey, that boy
because
smooth though, huh? He's
I
smooth.
hear him. Look, Santos, I hear him. Look, my stuff don't come out like that. Come on here. I'm
it
sorry.
did come
That's
out
real
like that.
Southern. That's real
It
Southern. I
did.
mean, go ahead and continue to express yourself.
I love it.
But no, I think one of the hindrance of being Black is that you think you inherently know what equity is, and you become blind to the fact that for me that I'm male, right? Or that for me, I come from a socioeconomic status that is different. So you're like, oh, like I'm not privileged. And it's like, yeah, no, you are privileged. And therefore you may not be equitable in certain situations than you are in others. And so having to be honest with myself like that was it. Next question.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. All right.
Oh,
That
Dr.
was
O, I
time.
thought, Dr. O, I thought you was gonna give it a little bit more. Y'all on the time. Okay, let me sit up straight then, because y'all on time. Y'all
Yeah,
timing.
it's 5 minutes per topic, Dr. Haynes.
Okay, all right.
Dr. Haynes, you ready?
Oh, yes.
All right, here we go. What does it take to be an innovative entrepreneur who thinks outside the box in the face of high stakes?
Dr. O, start off. You looking at me. When I think of innovation, Dr. O, I got a team of people. I'm a little older than y'all. I'm sorry, you all. I got a team of people that we look at things from a different perspective. I got some seasoned people, Dr. O, and then I got some youthful people. And then I got a 19-year-old that goes to USC that's in the business school. So all we do on a regular basis is brainstorm and try to come up with different innovative ways to solve these issues in literacy and literacy as it comes to minority children. Did I answer that?
I feel like I need to go get a job with her. You know
Man,
what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how I can be part of the think tank. You know,
no doubt. That makes
um,
close.
you know, this is such an interesting question. I think one of the problems that I have with people is they tell you to think outside the box, and then when you think outside the box, they tell you thought too far outside the box. And it's like you either outside the box or you in the box, right? Like it's either or. You can't be too far out. It's if I'm thinking outside the box, then have an open mind, right? But what people really want you to do is be innovative, but be innovative within the same framework that we've been doing stuff the way we've always done stuff. Because if I don't recognize it, right, and it's like that's what innovation is. You're not supposed to recognize innovation because it's innovative, right? By definition, it's something that is new, something that hasn't been seen. And so for me, like I really like lean in on that value of if we're going to be innovative, then innovative can't be like, it has to be different. So let's go in the opposite direction of what everybody else is doing, because that's where the innovation lies, right? And if it makes people uncomfortable, then they just got to be uncomfortable, because we're not here to perpetuate status quo. We're here to do something that is by definition different and new.
Yeah. Dr. O, again, you sound so well. I'm gonna say it again. I got some people on my team that's all we do is trying to stretch. It's me that sit around thinking, can we possibly do that? And I think for me, COVID was the biggest thing to make us change. I would have never thought that we would be doing, like I said, the podcast or training virtually. We train in China, we're in South Africa, we're everywhere training in the area of literacy. I would have never thought of how to do animations and all of that while I'm training teachers, simulations to make it look like a classroom and the strategies and things. I would have never thought to do that. But all day long, we're figuring out how to reach more teachers, outside of this area. I would have never thought I would be training in South Africa or China, and giving them strategies and resources and model lessons in a way that we do it. So for me, it's having a team of people that are not just in education, right, but in all realms, helping us figure out how to be innovative. That's what we do at the National Literacy Institute. And I think that's what has caused us to grow. Last year, we were on the Dr. Phil twice. And then we recently got a phone call last Friday that I'm going back on the show to talk about literacy and how we've grown so big in addressing this issue of children being behind, adults being behind, not reading on grade level, below grade level.
You're gonna have to give us the info when that episode come out. or
Yeah,
some
we
of
gonna see now. That he told me to be my authentic self too. So yeah, I have to always ask, what do you mean by authentic? Yeah.
Yeah. Give
Mhm.
me the parameters, huh?
Absolutely.
So you
Absolutely.
don't get outside of the box.
Too far. Yeah. Yeah.
I would just say from a different standpoint. Well, number one, I think you know, being from the hood or whatever, I think you just grow up being innovative, right? Like, because you can't
Mm.
get all the fancy equipment, right? So instead of having a baseball bat, you might got a broomstick, right? You just you just naturally have to figure something. You didn't have a ball. We used to tape up socks with duct tape, you know what I mean, so we could play. But I would just from a leader standpoint though, I'm with you, IJ. Like ask your staff to be innovative, but then don't put the handcuffs on them at the same time, right? Allow for them to operate in that space, and you'll see some phenomenal things. I mean, the kids' brilliance is untapped in a lot of instances, so you just got to allow a lot of teachers to lean into that because these kids they don't surprise me, but they will surprise some of y'all because I expect nothing but innovation from my kids.
Yeah. Listen, let me say this to you, and I know that you got these little timer things on. Look, so my baby, goes to USC. He's in that Dr. Dre business school that they got set up, right? So when we went to go drop him off, we asked for a degree plan and the set hours. And they couldn't really tell us the set hours, the set courses that they would take. And they told us we don't really know what the students might need in order to be, in order to be this famous, rich, or whatever person. So the kids are able to determine what courses sort of fit where they want to go. I thought that was just brilliant. I just said to them, I wish every um, university or college could have something similar where we kind of just put our courses together based on where I want to go. I think I might want to be, I don't know, a doctor, or I don't know, whatever it is, but I think I might want to try this course or this course or this course that will help me grow and develop. That was the first time, I know we off topic, but that was the first time I had seen innovation in higher education where students can sort of take a lead in the courses that they may need in order to fit whatever they need to be when they grow up or whenever they graduate. Does that make sense? And all of us as traditional parents kept saying, wait a minute now, sir, the 124 hours, what are they taking? And they really couldn't tell us what the scope of courses were because it's based on individualized course selections. I had never seen that in a higher ed institution before. So you talk about innovation. I'm like, wow.
And that really makes
Dr.
sense
Haynes,
because as they get further or closer to their end goal, if they had an internship or they spent time, working with artists, they may say, I don't really need that. I need this. You know what I mean? So that's dope.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you had said something earlier too that I want us to just highlight, and that is the need to surround yourself with people who think different from you and are a part of different disciplines than you are. It pains me when you get a bunch of teachers in a room and tell them to be innovative. It's like they all are teachers. They all been to the same teacher education programs, the same professional developments. They're going to be uncomfortable when someone thinks or presents something different in this space. And what you end up getting is policies or practices that look very similar to, and so getting somebody, you might sit down and be like, what, this person, functionally, it seems as though this person has no place at the table here. But it's like, that's the way innovation comes about. You got to surround yourself with people. So yeah, let the kid take a class in business, but let them also go take a class in athletics if they want to, because you have no idea what new business opportunity and lane they are going to create, right? And so I think that's extremely important. We all got to find some unlike-minded friends,
Yeah,
and surround ourselves with them.
yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's bounce to the next topic. What's the secret sauce to balancing entrepreneurship and your commitment to higher education? That one sounds like that's catered right for you, Dr. Haynes. What's happening?
Listen. I've been running this National Literacy Institute since 2003, but I wasn't really presenting and I wasn't really the face of all of this because I was too busy publishing, presenting, conducting research, but I wasn't the, Dr. O, I wasn't, when people thought of the National Literacy Institute, they didn't know that it was Dr. Ingrid behind it, right? I will say this year, or this past 2 years, has been difficult doing both. Running, I was a department chair for 8 years, and having really good results, 100% on the state exam. My students passed, but having a real good, department, and then trying to manage this company, it has been challenging. But both I like, because my research area is language acquisition and literacy, right? So I have this company, but then I'm managing a teacher ed program. The balance has been difficult. I will say this: I like to hire, when I was looking for a faculty, I'm looking for a faculty that can do both. Faculty that can, of course, take care of the research agenda, and then faculty that can help me be able to support the school system. So that was one thing, having a good balance of a faculty that sort of have the same type of mindset. You got to publish, you got to present, we also got to serve. But it's been difficult. I will say this past year, I stepped down in leadership role to be just full professor and run the National Literacy Institute. So it's been difficult for me trying to do both. I love both. I love working full-time in higher ed, and I love managing the National Literacy Institute. But I don't sleep much, even though it's 9:30 and I told y'all I was sleepy. I'm probably not going to bed till like 12 or 1 o'clock because I'm still trying. And then I do dissertations, and I'm the chair. I've been the chair of about 16 dissertations. So I'm trying to make sure I take care of my students. So it's been difficult. I need a nap.
So you try to make us feel bad, but you're gonna be up anyways. That's crazy.
Yeah, I need a nap. And then I got one more thing to say. And this is where y'all gonna feel funny when I say this, though, Dr. O. The other piece of the National Literacy Institute is the financial piece, because we don't make any money in higher ed. So this other piece I gotta keep, because I want to live a certain kind of way. Does that can I say that in public? Are y'all gonna feel funny?
I just told my department chair earlier this year they wanted me to go up for promotion, and I said it ain't worth it. All that y'all gonna have me do to go up for promotion, I can make that money back if it through my entrepreneurial, but no, it's interesting. I would answer the question very similar. I'm not I don't have as much experience doing both as you have, but I will say, like, it's hard. It's extremely hard. I can't tell you in the last few years how many meetings I've been late to because I've been, out working on the farm and doing something and then feeling uncomfortable in explaining that to my colleagues because they're not also on an entrepreneurial track, right? And don't understand because, one of the things that folks don't realize is when particularly if you go to a, R1 and you get a PhD, like they're training you to be a scholar, not an entrepreneur. And many of your colleagues, many of your peers, they don't understand why you are not choosing to be they don't understand why you're not completely becoming a scholar, right? And so or why you don't devote all of your efforts, like why are you choosing to do that? And so, but I will say, and I'll make this quick, I've maintained my identity as an educator, and that has helped me to keep the main thing, right? I might be an entrepreneur, but I'm an educator first and foremost, and that carries me through everything.
Listen, Doc, and I'm probably older than you. I'm not afraid to say it, because the 2 PWIs I went to, it was okay to be the scholar and the researcher, but also be able to say, this is what I'm worth when I come to your school or come speak. So I got a little different from my places. It was really okay. Now, where I am now, sometimes it's challenging to say this is what I do. But now I'm going to get real colloquial. You can't fade me in my writing. You can't touch me in my publishing, my presenting. My body of work is extensive. But now, if I got to go out here and you're paying the entertainer a fee, then I feel here I come too, because I know my craft. So I look at it, and I've been to 4 institutions and tenured. I don't have any problem with expressing it. Where I am now, it's a little sensitive, but I'm helping them understand that it's okay. It's okay. You go pay Beyonce for entertaining. You gonna pay me for my knowledge when I come there too. So I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna meet your tenure requirements, right? I'm gonna meet them way beyond what they say. They say 3 publications, 5 publications. I'm gonna have 15 of that. Does that make sense? But I'm going to also be able to do this on the side. So even when I was on the hiring of faculty, I used to tell them all the time, I want you to grow in both aspects. And so at my institution, when I was in leadership, I was promoting that of my faculty. You're going to publish, right? And you're going to present, but you also going to be a leader. And you need to look at the money, because I can't give you no money. Here it is. I've hired you as an assistant associate professor, and it's almost lower than what you make in P12. So I got to figure out how to keep you there, right? I got to figure out how you can make some money on the side in your area. So maybe because I'm a little different. I want everybody to live a certain kind of way with me. So yeah, no, I want you to publish, but then I want you to present, but I also want you to, go in those schools and be able to provide a service to them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't get paid enough, Doc. I like to live a certain kind of way. I'm doing it for the love, but the love don't pay that light bill, right? It don't pay my car note, and I want to ride hard. And I hate when people say, "Oh, you can't talk about money as an educator." Yes, I can, because I have never done anything else but teach. Right? We've been teaching all my life. So when people start telling me, "Oh, we shouldn't talk about paying teachers more, paying professors more," yes, you should. Yes, you should. You should pay us. You should pay us more. The work is challenging. I'm sorry, Doc. Doc, don't you do it just yet till you get full professor, and then you just get like me and just talk back all day long. I just talk back all day long.
I don't think I'll ever make it to full. I honestly have no desire to promote.
See, I did so I could talk back. See, that's where I'm gonna get in trouble. I did it so my voice could be a little bit more heavy. I'm sorry. Yeah. Then you really can't question what I do. I met your requirements. Your requirements, you said I need 3 to 5 publications. Let me give you about 10 to 15 publications. You say I gotta have 2 national presentations. Let me go ahead and meet all of that. I'm sorry, Dr. O. Don't do it, because I don't want you to get in trouble. Don't say nothing.
Then he gonna be calling you mad.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if she only knew.
Yeah, let me get quiet. Don't do it, because you got to go to work tomorrow and get paid and stuff.
All right, y'all ready for the last topic?
Yeah.
Let's do it. For fun, through the lens of equity, leadership, and entrepreneurship, name one thing that made you shake your head about the Super Bowl showcase, and name one thing that made you proud. Ursula, baby.
Dr. O, go on, take it. I know you want me to say something because I played basketball and I was pretty good.
No, I told Dr. O'Leary, I was like, I don't even know how to answer this question. One thing, I was happy that the Niners lost. So that's the one thing I was happy about that made my day. It really wasn't nothing that made me shake my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was football, it was a good game. Like, I was solid. Oh, the commercials. The commercials it's just they've taken the fun out of it. It's the commercials is trash. But that was the only thing.
See, well, my favorite part was halftime, but that's because in my mind, I wish I was younger, wish I was a size 2, and wish that he would call me for a date or something. But that's I just was looking at the screen, just saying, wish And then I found out he got engaged and married. So now I just got to do something else. But that was my only, yeah.
Yeah, I'm opposite of Dr. IJ right here. I was heartbroken the Niners lost. It was a good game. I mean, as a fan, I just, you just want a competitive game. So it was good. I mean, there's some things that could have went our way, but it didn't. But we competed. We were in there to the bitter end. I thought the halftime show was good. I mean, I've watched some Super Bowls where I'm like, "Man, I don't know what in the world is going on." Um,
But now listen to this. Now now I'm just going on some hearsay stuff. What happened with the national anthem? Did somebody say that they were in disagreement of the Black national anthem? Is that what
yeah,
y'all heard?
yeah. So I mean, but it's just
It's
people
on the
with,
Black National Anthem.
yeah. So but it's people on Twitter that and then things go viral. But I didn't hear of anybody of any significance. But like
Okay.
I've seen some people on my timeline on Facebook saying like they don't understand why. I was like, that's crazy. We sing the Star Spangled Banner every game. Like that does to me doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a great touch. I think it should be incorporated all the time. In actuality, this year, so at my charter school in Vallejo, Elite Public Schools, like during the basketball games, we start towards the end. Somebody had the idea, and we did lift every voice in lieu of the Star Spangled Banner. So I thought it was a great touch to it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. When I was reading the post on the timeline, to me it was just kind of ignorant. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like
Mhm.
I mean, we could go deep into the Star Spangled Banner, right? And the verses that were cut out, and
Mhm.
how it was promoting slavery. I mean, but we don't take any issue with that. So I'm perplexed. You know what I mean?
Mhm. 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 Well, the halftime show was good, Santos. I just tell you that. But I,
2 years in a row, huh?
yes. So now I don't know
No,
about I don't.
no, no, no,
You didn't like
no,
the Dr. Dre?
no, no. The Dr. Dre was 3 years ago.
Oh,
Last year
three.
was Beyond.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. I know you wanted to forget it, but I will never forget it. No.
Nah, Usher, man, I mean, that boy just know how to put on a show, man. He
Mhm.
out there in them roller skates and you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Hey, he
You
brought out all the right people except for JD and them dang socks, man. What was he thinking about?
listen, watch this, you all. You see how we all were like entertained and stuff. What if we did something where we were able to celebrate educators on a massive like that? You know what I mean? Where I don't know. I was talking to Dr. Phil about, how can if all the great stars and people, entertainers, if they were to stop and shout out their favorite teacher and their thing about education, how could we change the perception of education and teachers? It would be something different though.
Most definitely. Is that time?
That's time.
Yeah, y'all the one got all these timers up there. Listen, for the conference, are they gonna have all these timers up and timing people and time and following the schedule? Is that what y'all do? Y'all
You
follow
gonna
schedules. Okay.
you gonna definitely need one for me. I might talk all day.
Yeah, okay. Me too, though. Y'all got timers.
Uh,
We don't watch this. This is a colloquial phrase, Doctor. Oh, I'm sorry. I do have a PhD in linguistics. We ain't got no timers where I come from. We always say, excuse me, sir. Am I over my time? Oh, I'm so sorry. We like, that old Baptist. Just give me 5 more minutes. And I'll be through. That's what we do in the South, Doctor. Oh, that's what we
Like you
do.
got any events coming up that you can invite us to and so we can meet you and have a good time.
Listen. I don't know how you feel though, but we do have this little pre-KK conference. That's a little on this level with you though. But we have a pre-KK conference that's going to be this Saturday, and then we have one in Atlanta. But that's not you, Doctor. Oh, that ain't your flavor. But then in
How'd you know that?
April,
I'm glad you know that about me too.
that ain't you. That's not you. Listen, But in April, we do this thing, this explosion conference. And this year I'm doing AI integration in teaching and learning. Focus really on literacy, how to use AI in the literacy classroom. But that's going to be in April. And that's usually pretty big though, Doc. You can come down there and play with us if you in Texas if you want to.
I would love to. That sounds fun. You know, Texas is one of my favorites. Well, me and Texas got a long history, but it's one of my favorite places to go.
Oh, well, come on down there and play with us. It's gonna be kind of nice though.
Yeah, because there's still a few restaurants in Houston that I ain't been to, and my favorite restaurant is in Houston. So I got to come on.
What's your favorite? You don't want to share. You don't want to
Oh,
share.
I don't mind sharing it. Kiana, Dr. O'Leary don't like when I tell folks, but it's Papa Do's. This that's simple.
Oh, you can't share it because that's one of my favorite ones.
He says it's basic. It's basic for what I got out there. And I'm like, well, I if I lived in Texas, I'd be there every Sunday. I'll be one of them regulars. They be saying my name when I walk in the door.
Norm.
Yeah, exactly. I love me a Papa Do's.
Me
Hey,
too.
Anyway,
Dr. Ingrid.
Yes.
So we have this Equity Ingenuity conference coming up on March 24th that you're hosting. What are you the most excited about?
I can't wait to be a part of the sessions and meet all the great presenters. That's my battery. So Dr. O, I'm excited to be a part of people who are willing to have courageous conversations about equity. Can you hear me, Dr. S?
Yeah, we with you. We with you. And I'll say this too, man. You know, for all the viewers, if you have not tapped in, you know,
Wasn't that kind of country Santos? I had to turn around and put the thing back in. Did you see that? I know. That's what's going to be so good about a virtual conference. You can't hide nothing. The full transparency. You see it? I had to turn around and bend over. I almost fell. If I had fallen out the chair, that would have been a good laugh. But I had to bend over and plug the computer back up. You see what I'm saying? You can't hide nothing online. So, you know, so we're gonna have to be ready for these transparent conversations on equity.
Listen,
and then that other word is such a big word. Every time you say it, I see you kind of stumbled on that word, ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
I see you kind of have to do a little double take when you say it. I got it. I'm not judging though, but go ahead.
Listen, this after like 6 episodes of doing the podcast. I'm still
okay. Every time you see, I thought I was gonna be the only one. I've been practicing when the conference come, I can say it though. I've been practicing.
Listen, with just the short time we got to spend with you, I can't wait to watch you host this thing.
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
For real, yeah. For real.
Okay. Okay, we gonna see though. Okay. Dr. O, I'm gonna work on, you sound so proper. I'm gonna work on it for the conference. Okay.
I do not sound proper. I don't know who you talking to.
Yes, it sounds like you get all your words out. So I'm gonna make sure that for the conference that I can articulate my words so that I will not embarrass or make anyone ashamed, like Dr. O. So, you know.
Hey, Santos, this is coming from someone whose son is at USC right now.
Right. Listen, right. I don't know.
He ain't talked about no scholarship either.
Look, Dr. O, let me go ahead and do a little bit more bragging. He was the first Black boy to win the Apple Award last year.
Well, I know he speak proper.
Listen, and then look. He hang out with Tim Cook now. Come on, what we doing?
Well, tell him I need one of them thingamabobs that go on the head.
Listen, but he get it all from his mama, okay? Don't check his daddy out. He get it from everything from his mom.
All right.
And you better know it.
Dad just took us straight just for no reason. He ain't even bothering nobody right now. He took us straight.
Doc, he hate when I say that. I say he get it all from his mama. But look, when he won the app, when the Apple people called and said, you know, Dr. Ingrid, the baby won. Listen, this me. I said, he did what? Now this better not be no joke. Now listen. This boy better not be in trouble because I ain't got time to play with y'all. But he done well and then he won't get in trouble. What do you mean some old Apple Award? They were like, oh my gosh. They was like, where his mama come from? I was like, Tim Cook what? What he want us to do? Because I ain't for to start with him. I ain't got no bill. I pay my bills. What? I got an Apple phone. What's going on?
Right. Well, I think that's it, y'all. Great episodes, systems disruptors, crucial conversations for radical educators. The host for the 2024 Equity Ingenuity Conference, virtual on Zoom, Dr. Ingrid Haynes. You got any words or anything you want to lay out for the viewers out there?
No, I
Some
just
part
say
words?
I'm just excited about the conference, and I look forward to it.
Awesome. Dr. IJ, you got something for the people? For my weeples?
It's just a pleasure. I'm glad we got opportunity to meet Dr. Haynes, and I look forward to starting my new job on Monday.
Me too. I'll be looking for the letter of intent in my inbox.
Exactly. Exactly.
Come on. Me too.
Well, it was all a pleasure chopping up with you folks this evening. Dr.
Santos,
O.
you're so cool, Spirit. I'm gonna get like that too. Dr. O, you see how cool is that though? Chopping it up, all of the cool phrases, chop. And then he leaned on in, you know,
Listen,
I feel like, is this a dating app? He leaned on in.
hey, the game, you see it's in the back. The game is in me, not on me. You know what I mean?
Okay. I like it though. I like all those colloquial. All in the screen. I'm like, okay. Oh, deep in the screen. When I do my Zoom tomorrow, I'm gonna get deep. This
There you
this
go.
doctor.
Ah.
Doctor. Oh, I'm not on anything, Doctor. Oh, I didn't take anything tonight.
All right. On behalf of Dr. O, we appreciate you. Everybody else tapping in. Looking forward to seeing all y'all at the conference. So make sure you hit the website. There's a link there. You could sign up ASAP. Also follow us on all the social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, whatever is your pleasure. Find us, Mentee Educational Services. I am the game orchestrator. And with that being said, we out of here like last year.